Have you ever stopped to think about how much school has really changed? I mean, really changed? We're about to take a 75-year journey, jumping from the chalk-dusted classrooms of 1950 all the way to the super-connected digital learning spaces of 2025. It is a massive, massive transformation. So let's get into it. And this single image right here, it basically captures our entire journey. On the left, you've got the past. Those neat, orderly desks, a teacher up at the front, all knowledge coming from just one single source. And on the right, well, that's today, a dynamic, collaborative, tech-heavy environment. This isn't just a simple makeover, it's a complete reimagining of what learning even is. So, we're gonna unpack this whole thing in 5 key parts. We'll start inside the classroom. Then we'll look at how we learn. After that, we'll see what a day in the life looks like, go beyond the classroom walls, and finally, we'll try to understand the great transformation that made all this happen. All right, first up, inside the classroom. We're talking about the move from rigid rows to flexible pods. You know, the classic 1950s classroom. Desks were bolted to the floor in these strict, perfect rows, and the teacher was the absolute center of the universe. Now jump to 2025 and you're in a zone of collaboration. You've got furniture you can actually move around, interactive whiteboards. The whole space is designed for students to work together, to move and interact, not just to sit there and listen. And the tools? Oh, the tools have changed just as much. I mean, gone are the days of heavy textbooks and chalk dust everywhere. Today, it's a digital arsenal. You've got e-readers, incredible AR and VR simulations that bring lessons to life, and cloud platforms like Kahoot, where students are all collaborating and competing in real time. Learning isn't just something you write down anymore. It's interactive and it lives in the cloud. Okay, next up, let's explore how we learn, and this massive shift from just memorizing stuff to actually asking questions. Yeah, the whole philosophy of teaching has been turned on its head. In 1950, it was all about the lecture. The goal was rote memorization, and everybody learned at the exact same pace. Today, it's all about project-based, inquiry-driven learning. And why is that? Well, because the world needs problem solvers now. So you have these adaptive platforms like Khan Academy, creating personalized pathways, meeting every single student exactly where they are. And of course, a shift that big completely changes the teacher's job. The 1950s teacher was the sage on the stage, you know, the absolute authority, the gatekeeper of all the information. In 2025, they're more like a collaborative facilitator, a guide on the side. Their training now means they have to constantly keep up with digital skills and know how to guide student-led projects, sparking curiosity instead of just spitting out facts. So, what does this all actually feel like for a student? Well, the 1950s experience was pretty straightforward. Long, fixed school days with very few distractions. Today's students, they have flexible schedules, they have remote learning options, a whole universe of digital courses. But, you know, it's a double-edged sword. It brings new challenges, like being constantly connected, trying to multitask, and that very real problem of screen fatigue. Okay, let's zoom in even closer on a day in the life and see just how much the daily routine of school has fundamentally changed. Ah, the school bell. Remember that? In 1950, the bell was king. It dictated everything. You had fixed schedules, uniform periods, the same rigid routine for every single student. You fast forward to 2025, and the whole structure is so much more fluid. We see flexible and hybrid schedules, self-paced learning, and daily routines that can actually be personalized to fit a student's own needs and learning style. And what happens after school? The world of extracurriculars has just exploded. I mean, back in the 50s, you probably had baseball and choir, and that was about it. Now, we are talking robotics clubs, coding boot camps, and even competitive esports leagues. These aren't just hobbies anymore. For a lot of kids, they're direct pathways to real 21st century skills. Even something as simple as getting to school has been totally transformed. In 1950, you either walked or you took a pretty basic bus. Today, you've got GPS-tracked buses that give parents real-time updates on an app, plus all sorts of advanced safety features. And of course, with remote learning, sometimes the commute is completely optional. School safety has also gone through a really serious evolution. The 1950s campus was wide open. It pretty much operated on trust, with almost no physical barriers. By contrast, the 2025 campus is a highly controlled environment. We're talking digital monitoring, ID badges, comprehensive security protocols. It's a very clear reflection of a much changed world. All right, next up, we're going beyond the classroom walls to see how schools now connect students to, Well, the entire world. Think about it. Social life in 1950 was all about physical space. It was face-to-face chats on the playground, and it was limited to school hours and your local friends. Today, social interaction is this hybrid of digital and physical. Social media is a part of school life, giving students 24/7 connection, not just with their classmates, but with kids all over the globe. And what about preparing for the future? That's shifted dramatically too. Career prep in 1950, it was focused on pretty basic trade skills and, let's be honest, often very gendered vocational tracks. Today, it's all about getting ready for a digital workforce. The focus is on digital literacy, STEM programs, entrepreneurship, and inclusive career paths designed for a global economy. So, how did you connect with the wider world back then? In 1950, your window was a textbook, a paper map, or maybe you got a letter from a pen pal. In 2025, that window is a high-definition screen with a live connection. Students are taking part in virtual cultural exchanges. They're collaborating on global projects in real time, and they get instant access to international points of view. The world is literally inside the classroom. So this brings us to our final section, the Great Transformation, where we're going to tie all of this together and try to understand the forces that drove these incredible 75 years of change. So you have to ask yourself, what on earth fueled this incredible shift from the world of 1950 to the world we see today? Well, the answer really lies in this powerful mix of three big forces. First, just huge technological advancements, which took us from chalkboards all the way to AI tutors. Second, globalization and access to information. The internet just tore down walls and opened up a whole world of knowledge. And third, a fundamental pivot to critical thinking. Because when information is everywhere, the ability to analyze it, not just memorize it, becomes the most valuable skill you can have. So to sum up this Inkshare journey, we've basically moved from rigid uniformity to dynamic diversity. And you can really boil it down to 4 words. Education today is more flexible, it's more personalized, and it's more connected. But it's also, without a doubt, more complex. And that leaves us with one last really fascinating question. If this is the unbelievable journey from 1950 to 2025, what in the world will the classroom of 2075 even look like? Thanks for joining us for this explainer. The future of learning is a story that is definitely still being written.